Okay, do you want to get into Brad shit?
Let's get into the Brad shit.
Okay, I'm gonna get into the Brad shit. So Brad Pitt's daughter, this is a little old, not a little old, because I mean it's still this year. It happened in like May. So Brad Pitt's daughter, she drops. It's a whole thing. Brad Pitt's daughter, she drops her last name, which is Pitt's. So she went to court and was petitioning to get her last name changed because she didn't want it as Brad Pitt's last name no more, amidst all the family drama. So allegedly, and I don't know if I can say alleged because I didn't look super into it, but allegedly he is abusive is what I came across. It's like there was like this whole incident where it was like he was kind of putting his hands on his kids, all crazy, putting his hands on Angelina and stuff on a plane. And it was kind of like traumatizing, I guess, for the family and for the kids and stuff like that. So they have kind of a strained relationship. The girl, his daughter, I believe her name is Shiloh, she turned 18. So it's not even like she's super, not like she's still young, but she turned 18. And then that's when she went and tried to get her name changed because she didn't want to carry that name anymore. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dang, at first, before I really even looked into like the abuse claims, I'm like, dang, that's crazy. Like, you know, because a lot of people was putting it on Angelina as far as in like, man, she's, they were calling it parental alienation syndrome. Whereas like the definition, let me see, by, you know, the internet says parental alienation syndrome is a serious mental condition that occurs when a parent uses strategies to manipulate a child into rejecting the other parent. The child may develop feelings of hatred, fear, and disrespect towards the targeted parent and may believe the parent is unworthy of a relationship with them. And that's what I thought it may have been at first. But then when I was like, the abuse shit, it was like, maybe that just may be like, you see something, you be like, I'm not fucking with that shit. Because when I realized she was 8, I thought she was a little younger than that. That she was like petitioning for it and then the mom was going to do it for her and stuff like that. But then I'm like, you 18 and stuff, you're not retarded. You're not slow or nothing as far as in just being like, oh, I don't know. My mom told me to do X, Y, and Z as much. If you've seen some things or whatever and you're a part of like what's going on a little bit, it's more like, man, that's messed up. Like, I'm not rocking with that or whatever. So then I was just like, how would you feel basically if like your kid tried to change their last name from you?
I would feel heartbroken.
And so that's what they saying. Like Brad Pitt, he didn't really take it well and stuff like that. It's alleged that he's like an alcoholic though. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, alcoholism is pretty serious. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because I be feeling like when you're an alcoholic, you don't even realize the things that you're doing and saying when you're in that state. Like when you're turned up like that, it's like you may think that something you did was small. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might be like, man, I just like moved out the way, or I was just expressing myself and stuff like that. And so the whole time you was angry as hell, you cussing everybody out. Exactly. You done pushed the kid into the window and knocked him.
People see you as a monster.
Yeah, it's like
when you don't even see it.
Yeah,
it's the same when you come down off of drugs.
Yeah, right.
You can be high off some drugs and everybody love you. The moment you start coming down, start ramming and shit.
Yeah,
motherfuckers like, go home. Like,
yeah, like
I'm about to punch you in your mouth.
For real. And that's why I was like, dang.
Man, I would be heartbroken though. I think that's tough. That's tough. It's crazy because when you think of like, I wouldn't even say just celebrities that you know got a bag, like Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. It's like,
this what y'all dealing with?
This is what she putting up with. This is what she going through. This is crazy. You don't be thinking about that when you be looking at them. When you see them in movies and stuff like that, it's like, you don't even think that she's dealing with an alcoholic. It's like, why would you deal with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, it's just, it fucks me up, man.
Yeah.
I never really, kind of seen that. I wasn't a big, Murray or Jerry Springer type fan for that type of content and shit like that. But just to have your kids be like, I don't want nothing to do with your ass. That shit would hurt me.
Yeah.
That shit would break me down.
And I just be feeling like if
I would be trying to make it up to him.
Right. But then it's like, he has other kids that's like, I think Shiloh might be the one that just turned 18. And then the other ones are like 20, maybe 22. And then he has a couple younger kids. So I think they might have like 5 or 6 kids total.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones are all the other 3 are underage, and then 3 of them are overage. So they kind of have like a no contact rule with Brad Pitt, where it's like
the older ones.
Yeah, we're like, don't come around me, don't talk to me, nothing like that.
Damn.
And then younger ones are still like under, maybe probably under like a court order or something like that, to where it's like, no, I still get visitation, I can still see them and stuff like that, but it's strained. It's like a strained type of relationship. It's like, imagine if these older ones don't talk to them, but then I'm coming around to talk to these ones. Like, it's weird. And I'm just like, to me, I don't know. I just be thinking like, it's hard to think about, but it's like, maybe you're like, you can have all the money in the world, you're not a good parent then.
Right.
Because I can't see 3 kids or even more potentially, you know what I'm saying, when they get older, who knows what they gonna feel like, that don't want nothing to do with your ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not everybody else, it's you and stuff. So it's like, because sometimes I feel like when you're younger, you don't really know your parent that much, or you yearn for that type of relationship. So you might not really see like the fault in them as much. But when you start getting older and it's up to you to, you know what I'm saying, you talking to them and they can, you know what I'm saying, it's like, then you start seeing the true them. It's like, man, like, what are you talking about? Why are you doing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then it's up to you. Like, man, I ain't talking to you no more. Like, this is ridiculous. Like,
we've been said that
you out of pocket.
We on to where it's like, man, them family names don't be meaning nothing.
No, because
that's your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt. That shit don't mean nothing. If I don't rock with your ass, I don't rock with your ass.
Because
that's what it is.
What I realized as an adult now is that, like, everybody says this, like, you can't choose your family. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that's just innately in your life and stuff like that. But I still, now that I'm an adult, I look at it like, I may not be able to choose if I'm related to you, but I can choose if I keep you around. I don't have to do anything.
Right.
So if you're causing a whole bunch of stress in my life and you're like, you know what I'm saying? You're just like out of pocket. You don't really listen to nothing and you're just like on some other type time. It's like, okay, you're really just another person. And right. I'm not dealing with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't, like,
get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, like, having kids now, it's like, it takes so much energy to raise kids that it's like, I can't really give a lot of energy to foolishness.
True.
So it's like, man, I have to be like in good spirits and you know, in a good mindset in order to give that great energy to my kids and stuff. If you constantly calling me, you on foolery and, you know what I'm saying? It's like just a bunch of turkey time. It's like, even if I'm trying not to give that energy to my kids, it's like, it's a little bit more difficult because I'm like weighed down with that mental thought of like, oh my gosh, they doing X, Y, and Z. Like, they call me about this. They want to do that. Like, it's just like, so then you might just be like out of energy. Now your kids come like, Mom, you want to do this, do that? And it's like, no, like, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just go eat your food. Like, it's like you're giving low vibrations to them and stuff like that. And now you're kind of like, dang, now imagine if you keep doing it all the time. Like, it may happen some days just randomly. It has nothing to do with somebody else. But it's like, if you keep giving that energy, I'll be like, man, it starts to trickle. Like, man, my mom don't never want to do nothing. She ain't never trying to go nowhere. She just be like, I mean, whatever. Like, but it's like, because in my mind, I'm thinking something else. Like, I'm kind of like being brought down with the thought of this family member that's supposed to mean a lot to me is like on turkey time. It's like, man, I can't, you weigh me down. At the end of the day, you weighing my kids down now. So it's like, yeah, you holding me back right now.
I got a picture in the back.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I always give people the benefit of the doubt and I try to help first. But if you don't want that help and stuff like that, and you don't want to do the things necessary to like maintain relationships and stuff like that, it's like, well, do you then? You know what I'm saying? It's like the same, at this point, it's like the same way I would treat a friend, like somebody that I allowed to be around, is like, if you come around me and you acting crazy, and I'd be like, man, I ain't friends with them no more. because they do X, Y, and Z. That's the same thing. Because I feel like if you're a parent or a family member, you know what I'm saying, that's close to me, you shouldn't be putting that type of stress on me. You should be trying to alleviate. We should be trying to work together and alleviate and, you know what I'm saying, be more understanding because we're family members. If you don't give a damn, I don't give a damn. Like, all right, well, bye. Like, if I'm telling you something or whatever and you don't care, I don't care. I'm saying that's the way I'll be carrying it now because I've seen people like really stress about like keeping up with family members and that be on turkey time and stuff like that. And they be stressed out, even if they don't look like it. They be like weighed down and just trying to do a whole lot. It's like stress can bring on other health type conditions. Like you don't see it at first, but it's like, man, you gotta stay in good spirits and stuff like that. It's hard to stay in good spirits when the people around you aren't and stuff like that. It's almost like a misery love company type of situation. So I'm like, if that's how Brad was carrying it with the abuse and you kind of be alcoholic and, you know what I'm saying, you X, Y, and Z, we might not see it because we see Brad Pitt in movies and we thinking he the man, he getting paid and stuff like that. But he might be a shit parent. He might be a shit person and stuff like that. And that's what they're dealing with. So people be trying to put it on Angelina too. Like it was some shit with like she don't have somebody else's last name and stuff. But listen,